Hi, my name is Saurav, roll number 2401133. So did you know that the top 1% of India's population owns more than 40% of country's wealth, while the bottom 50% owns just the 6% of it? From this, the title of my presentation for this video is India's rising income inequalities and challenges and their solutions. So India's rapid economic growth has widened the wealth gap and it is creating social and economic challenges. So, what led to this? So, there were certainly certain things that led to this widened gap between the different economic population. Number one was economic liberalization that happened in 1991. Growth was concentrated in certain sectors such as IT and finance, while rural and informal workers lagged behind, creating this widened gap and starting of it. Skewed wealth distribution. Few ultra-rich families, as you know, in India, own majorly many industries, and middle class struggles, while the small portion of the ultra-rich families owns a large amount of it. Taxation and loopholes. While the middle class is paying taxes, the rich is trying to get the hands on the loopholes to avoid the large amount of taxes that can be applied to them. Inflation and the cost of living. Rising housing, education, and healthcare costs hit the lower and middle class the most, and it takes major chunk of their salaries from their monthly wages. The impact of this is social unrest between the population, low consumption demand, as the income is less with the middle class and the lower income categories, which is the largest amount of population percentage in India. The consumption is decreased because they have less amount of money. Also, the political instability, growing resentment among populist policies that may not address root cause issues. Now, coming on to the solution, progressive taxation and wealth redistribution. So, increasing the tax rates for the ultra rich families can help the government to focus their money onto the schemes for the poor, and which can help the poor retain their earnings and spend less on the sectors that government can help them on. Also, strengthen free healthcare and public education. Expand cash transfer programs like PM Kisan for financial stability. Improve credit access and subsidies for small businesses. Currently, what happens is when a rich guy goes to the bank, he has a good CIBIL score because he can pay the loan quickly as compared to a small businessman. So when a small businessman goes to the bank, he has a less civil score, he gets less amount of loan at a higher interest rate. So so the interest he's paying is much higher. So the amount of risk taking ability that the small businessman have in the spending will be much lower than the rich businessman. Now coming on to the barriers that can come while implementing these solutions. Number one would be political resistance. So wealthy people and the corporation donate money to the political parties, which then can influence the political parties to influence the policies through lobby. Tax evasion and black money. High income groups find loopholes to avoid paying fair taxes, as I mentioned earlier. Welfare schemes often face delays and corruption issues. Raising taxes on corporation might drive them to other countries with lower taxes, such as Dubai, which do not have taxes on the businesses. So coming on to the conclusion and call to action, addressing income inequality is not just about fairness. It's about economic stability. A more equal India means stronger growth, better living standards, and a more resilient economy. Thank you.